What's up, traders? Welcome back to another video and welcome back to another live trade. GU's given us something today. Let's get into it. Gonna make this one short and sweet, and yeah, it's looking good. Let's go. Okay, so we already had a trade on GU earlier, and it went really well. Okay, it was down here on the lower time frames, and we managed to catch a short down to this point where we caught 10 pips. And if you haven't seen that video, you can go back and check it out. But now we've got this move, okay? This is the 50 MA. We've obviously come down to a certain point. We've had a big bullish move up, and then price has created this price action situation here. Now, what I could do is actually I'm going to take a trade. Ooh, getting a big push, which is not bad because this candle is very young. It's only 2 minutes old, not even. It's 1.5 minutes old. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take a buy right now. Now, the reason why I'm taking a buy is because we haven't had a top wick yet. We've pushed straight down. Okay. Now, what I want to see here is price to flip up bullish and break out the high, and that would be our normal entry. I'd like this candle to push up bullish, break out the high. And from my experience and from looking at the charts for literally the last 9 to 10 years, I've noticed that this pattern happens very regularly, right? Where we get a brand new candle, it pushes down first, maybe retests the 50, which it's doing now, and then it will flip up bullish and break out. Okay, now if it does do that from this point, we've only risked about 3 pips, so we're going to potentially gain 6.5 pips. Okay, which would be fantastic, obviously. And then we could even, what we would do then is take our first TP at the break of the candle high, and then leave the second position, which I've also placed, to run to the rest of the TP, right? So now you can see that we're now getting a nice push up into profit on our position, which is awesome, obviously. And now we're coming up and potentially going to flip bullish to make that top wick. Which would be great. I'm just putting in my TP on the second position there. And then, yeah, make some profit, basically. So we are now just waiting. I reckon this candle is going to flip bullish and come up to this this point here. So I'm going to set my first TP here at 27065. 065, and then the other one is set up here. Okay, I might even let this one run, and then we just wait. I'm going to set an alert on the flip, so I know when the candle flips. If it flips, it could of course push down, but the way that this is looking, obviously we didn't want to be below the 50. We've closed really strong back up above with an engulfing candle of this previous candle which broke and closed below. We then have a retest of the 50 which pushed up. Here we go. Look, we're getting a nice push up to the upside now. And it's a perfect setup. So basically what I've done here is traded my setup early because I can see it setting up before it sets up. If that makes sense. So we're already in a nice bit of profit. And as I say, this candle's still got 26 minutes of its life left. And we're clearly in an upward trend overall on gold. On GU. So let's see if this can continue. I'll be back in a bit with an update because I've got another trade running for the video that's in before this. So I'm going to go check that out right now. I'll be back in a minute. Alright guys, so just quick update. It's been about half an hour or so, and since then, this is the hour chart. If we go back to the 30 quickly, we can see that this candle never actually gave us the break above that we wanted. Okay, it didn't give us the entry that we would have taken if we were waiting, but we are obviously in profit by a decent amount, probably 1/3 of the way up to our full TP. And we've retested the 50 MA on the 30 twice. We're getting some volume to the upside now, which is nice. And then the 1 hour chart obviously pushed down. We flipped up bullish, and now we're continuing to the upside. The hour chart's looking very nice as we've had a clear rejection of the 50, and we're now pushing up to the upside. So I'm going to decide what I'm going to do. Whether I might just take first TP now. In fact, I may just do that now because we didn't get the entry I wanted. There is a chance we could turn around, right? And now that we're in a bit of profit, I can take 50%, be happy with that result, and then leave that other 50% running risk-free. And if we continue for the rest of the day, I'm actually going to get rid of the full TP there. So we're now stop loss is at 7025. and then I'll get rid of this TP, and we'll just let this run, because if this does continue for the rest of the day up, then we can capitalize on that. In fact, nicely, I did mention this actually in a previous GU video, which is from earlier today, is we have the same setup here that we were looking for on a 30 on the daily. Okay, we got that bullish move, bearish indecision from Friday, and then today, although I don't think we have a bottom wick at all. Literally, as soon as price opened, we just moved up. Although we don't have a bottom wick, we have broken out the high. We've respected the low, and we could see price continue up. The daily has recently tapped off the 50, and we could come up to the next daily level, which is up here at around 127470, before turning around. So we could continue up for the rest of the day, and obviously if we can get up there, that's like 27 pips. Even if we get up to here, it's 46 pips. So yeah, pretty good trade there. So I'm happy with that. We're out the trade, we're risk free, and then I'll let this run for the rest of the day, and then I'll keep you up to date with how it goes. And then what I'll probably do with the 50 is once we get maybe above this wick here, if we get above the wick here, I'll bring my stop loss up to TP1, and then we'll lock in that amount, and then we'll be, win-win situation. We either lock in profit at a low amount, or we continue up, and then I'll trail it as I think as we go up. So good, 2 for 2 on the Monday here. So yeah, I'm very happy with that. I'll come back with an update shortly. And we have been stopped out. We had a spike down a second ago on the 30-minute. We had, as you can see, we pushed down, took us out for break even, and I'm actually glad we took that TP when we did, because obviously we would have got stopped out there on both positions. So we took our first TP out at a good point, and I'm very happy with that. But just going on to the 45 minutes, I just did notice that we have a potential setup to re-enter again. Now if I get rid of this now, because we've got rid of previous trades and no more trades, we can have a look at this area here. Okay, now we're going to get a similar setup to what we were looking for originally, and in fact I am actioning this right now because we've just got our entry. Not ready for that. Okay, going to place 2 entries here. Okay, the other one's a little bit lower down as well, so we got 2 entries, one at basically that where it is, and we got one there as well. And we're going to go for the lower one for our first TP, which should be around top of that wick or so, and then again we'll let the other one run. So very simple stuff really. Price showed us the same setup on a different time frame, and if the setup is shown, like with any of your trading setups, if it's shown, take the trade. Okay, you're either going to win or lose. Now with your testing and your strategy, you should understand the probability of how much you're going to win versus loses. Now I know that this strategy works very well. I've been using it for many years, so I'm confident to take the trade. If we lose, and we lose, and that is just part of trading, and if you can't get that round your head or get used to that, then I would stop trading, because you will never be able to figure it out. I mean, it took me a long time to get over the fact that you do lose. I mean, 7-8 years ago, I was, you think you're going to work it out and win every single one. Doesn't happen. Good bit of volume there. But what we can do is adapt to the market, protect ourselves where we can, like I did in that last bit where I took the profit where I thought I should have taken the profit there. Now in that situation it worked out perfectly because we didn't lose, we gained, and then the other position broke even. But in other times I may have taken profit early and I may have got a smaller loss than what maybe I could have. But being patient and just having a look at the price here, we can see that we have another setup where we've got this bullish candle. Now I don't really like it when it has a candle like this, but because of the price action, because of the clear rejection from this area, and obviously we're looking to push up, I'm happy to take it. Now both trades are in profit right now. If we can get our first one up here to break first TP, that's going to be great. I'm going to close that one out. Then the other one I will just move to break even though it's not the biggest breathing room for it. I'm going to move it to break even anyway, because I'll be very happy with that, with the last trade banked, and that trade banked, and also from the previous video banked as well today. And then I'll probably end up not trading any more today if we can get this profit. So again, I'll leave this here now. We'll come back in a minute with an update on this second trade for the day. So let's go. Alright guys, so a little bit of an update. We are on the 15-minute chart here. We just had a new candle open up. Well, it's halfway through its life, but it pushed down and it's flipped up bullish, breaking out the high, which is a good sign. We're making new highs on the lower time frames. We go down to the 1 minute. You can see we're making new highs here, which is great. So hopefully we can keep on pushing up here. Going back to the 30. 30's done the same. Okay, and we're getting some volume now, making new highs as well. There's an alert. 45. Look at that. Look at that. It's looking absolutely brilliant. Now hopefully we can keep pushing. And then I will be closing out the first position. Okay, the first position has been closed out there. It just got stopped out. So stop loss is now going to break even on the second position. And we're risk-free. Volume's coming in. What time is it? It's only 11:08. We've got some volume coming in quite nicely there. I'm actually going to bring stop loss up into... Well, this is the second position, so we can get rid of this one now. That one's done. We're now rocking on this position. And we're just going to let this one run. As I say, it's stop loss is at break even. I actually moved it just slightly into profit, so we didn't lose anything at all. And we'll just let it run. But that is a stunning trade, right? If we had, as I say, we took an entry on the break of this high. The second entry pulled back a bit, and we took that, and we got in down there. And now we got to our first TP, and we can let this thing run for the rest of the day. I'm probably going to look to manage the trade around at probably 27150. And that will give us a opportunity to bring stop loss into profit, probably just below the first TP or even at first TP, to be honest, and then we can go from there. So I'll keep you up to date, but we are running risk-free now, and we'll see how the runner goes. So this looks great, doesn't it? But it's actually not, because we got stopped out for break even here before this big impulse came. It's a real shame, but we finished off the video and we were up around here, and then I had the other. Well, we took our first 10 pips. That other 10 pips, or what? No, it wasn't 10 pips, but our first TP. The other one was up around here. Then I brought the stop loss to break even to make it risk free, as I thought we may continue from there. But unfortunately, if we go to the lower time frames, we can see that we did come back. We literally tapped into the break even here, and then we took off. So that is goes back to what I was saying about sometimes the risk does, keeping your risk small does pay off, and sometimes it could have paid off a lot more if I had kept the trade at its normal stop loss, but I just wanted to protect the position in case we lost and protect the profit we'd already made. So it's just how the cookie crumbles. It's just how it goes sometimes, but happy with the profit that we made. Obviously that is a bit of a kick in the teeth, but we're used to it. It's what happens sometimes, but we take a win because the analysis was correct. So that's how I like to look at it. But anyway, guys, I'm going to leave this video here because we're not in any trades anymore, and pretty happy with that. So if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Thank you, everyone, for being back here again. Thank you for all the views on the first video of the year, and I look forward to seeing you guys very soon, hopefully in a live stream, which I think I'm probably going to do later in the week or next week. So let's see. But anyway, guys, happy trading. Peace out.